What is up, Bad Kid Cast people? And honestly, that is going to be the last time we say that, and I apologize. I know a lot of people are diehard Bad Kid Cast fans. I know I am. But in reality, the show's just not coming back, and I do apologize to anybody who is a very strong and loyal fan to the show. It is a great show, and I miss it as well. But if you guys don't know me, I've posted on here a few times, and I've always deleted the post. But this time, I'm going to be sticking around, and I wanted to do something, and I wanted to create a new show called Bad Manners. Now, what is Bad Manners? I'm going to be very brief, and then I want to actually get into what I'm going to talk about and how the format of the show is going to normally work. But it's going to be a show where we talk about very crass opinions. It's just going to be very, very blanket statement-y. Now, that's going to be the big part there, is that I'm not going to be very informed. I'm going to be honest. Straight up from the get-go, I'm going to say at the beginning of every episode is, welcome to Bad Manners. We're going to talk about some things and some people. We're going to be a bit crass here, but at the end of the day, number one, we're not informed on anything, and number two, I don't have any fucking clue what I'm talking about. These are just what I'm thinking at the time of speaking, really. So why am I doing this? Because I'm actually trying to create a business. I won't bore you with all the fucking details because there's just so much behind it. But for the most part, I'm trying to help people on YouTube. I'm trying to save YouTubers' careers. I'm trying to create a business where what we do is we help people earn revenue through doing different types of content, mainly podcasting. Now, if you guys don't know, I do manage Baited. I'm actually a really influential member on there. I do some work with Catch 33. I've done a little bit of work with Official Podcast, but that's up and down. And I work with a lot of other people as well. So what am I doing on here? Well, I want to actually create a show. I don't know how often it's going to run. I'm going to be honest. It'll probably go... My goal will be to be every other day. I don't know if that'll be an actuality, but I'll try for that. But I want to make an every other day show for about 20 to 30 minutes at a time where I'm just talking about legit probably shit that I'm seeing on my Twitter feed. And I'm going to get into the topics and I'm going to be very uninformed. I'm going to be very political at times. I might be very neutral or I might have strong opinions. But the reason I'm doing this is because from this business that I'm creating, I want to practice what I preach. I want to be able to show people that, these big content creators, that, you can make a living doing this stuff. It is very easy. If people would stop relying on ad revenue and AdSense and all that stupid shit you shouldn't be relying on, you could easily have made a business model for yourself. But that's not what we're going to talk about right now. We'll get into that in later episodes. But at the very beginning, please, I insist, anybody listening to this, if you are listening to this on Spreaker, if you're listening to this on YouTube, I'm going to have links to all the profiles, all the social medias and everything so that you can actually have a dedicated location where you can get this show. I don't know if it'll probably get on SoundCloud. I don't know yet, but I want to be full disclosure and I want to talk to you guys about, real quick, and then we'll actually get into shit. Full disclosure, I am doing this show, well, number one, for my own sake. That's the biggest reason is because I've got a lot of opinions, I've got a lot of things to talk about, and I want to talk about them because they're either dumb, or maybe they're interesting, or maybe they just bring out something that people don't think about enough. But in the interest of fairness, I'm making the show for the intent to be that this will be a show that I want to grow. I want to make it into something. I want to make, I guess you could say, a business around this. I want there to be a website where you can get essentially like Patreon, where you can get behind the scenes, you can get extra content. I want there to be a show every other week. I'd like to do this daily. I'd like for this to be a thing that people can tune into and be like, wow, this is actually pretty cool to listen to. And I'm I know, you shouldn't be super honest and you try to hide the true meaning behind things. But in reality, like I said at the very beginning, I want to practice what I preach. I want to be able to tell somebody, hey, the reason this works is because I've done it and I've shown other people how to do this. Because I've got a lot of high-profile content creators that I'm trying to work with. And you would be surprised how dumb some of them are. And just not knowing how to actually make money. And, it might sound condescending. And I think that'll be one of the best parts about this show is I'm going to condescend. I'm going to insult. I'm going to say mean things. But at the end of the day, number one, if anybody wants to defend themselves or actually maybe make a rebuttal, they're welcome to come on here. I will never attack somebody's career and try to be like, oh, this person deserves to be kicked off of YouTube. Actually, I was just listening to the Official Podcast, and they were talking about Lispy Jimmy. I don't like Lispy Jimmy. I've never watched his content. But I'm never going to go out of my way and say is everything he deserves to be kicked off of YouTube because all he's doing is clickbait. No, that's not it at all. But I will be free to say that I don't think his content is of any substance or quality. And you know what? I would say that to him if I had an actual conversation. And you know what would happen? If that guy wanted to work with me in my business and try to actually make money from doing what I do or what I can help him do, then at the end of the day, these are just my opinions. They're going to be bad manner opinions, but I would still work with him. I would still work with anybody I talk to with the exception of like a few people because I'm here to help people. I might sound like I'm being dickish. I might be insulting people at times, but we're gonna get out of their way and, you know, say some controversial shit here. We're gonna be pretty mean at times, and you know, at the end of the day, I want people to remember is that it's all fun and games. Like, a lot of what I say is going to be brash as fuck, but I want it to be the end of the day. People look at it and go, well, you know, he's a bit brutally honest, but, or maybe he was stupid, but let's either, you know, like hear him out or let's tell him to fuck off and correct his way of thinking or some shit like that. So let's start off, and I want to get into like just the very beginning because this is the first thing on my Twitter feed that's actually kind of pissing me off a little bit because I like this guy a lot. Like, I dig him because he's funny as fuck in my opinion, but oh my god, he has been going off the rail lately, and that's Britbong. I've actually got Britbong who follows me on Twitter. I've never actually talked with the guy personally. I think I sent him like one DM or something like that being like, why'd you follow me? What the fuck are you following me for? So he's been going on Twitter rants lately, talking mad shit on about everything. Like, from like the most recent thing that I got on here is he's talking about the culling, and I've never played the culling. I've been dying to play this game, but apparently he's saying is that, oh, they're putting a game on sale because they're losing clients. They're losing so many people to player unknown battlegrounds and shit like that. So they're putting the game on sale to try to get people back. It's like, please forgive us. We know we ignored you and we didn't send you support your way. You know, we want you back. You know, that's fine and dandy, but I've had a couple of interactions back and forth with people who are bitching nonstop about things. And they're saying, like, in this case, Britbong's like just been bitching nonstop about games. It's nice to have that opinion out there. It's nice to have people who are actually trying to be passionate and be like, yo, stop making shitty games and give us some good content. But for fuck's sake, can there be times where people are happy? You know, I get that, you know, not everything is like the best game out there. You know, you get budgets of millions, almost billions of dollars for these AAA games. It makes sense. We want some fucking quality in our games. But holy shit, you gotta realize a couple of things is that I talk about this all the time. A game company, or any company in general, is exactly that. It is a company. And their bottom line is to make money. That is what they want to do. This isn't about like giving you the best experience of your life. They want to make money, motherfuckers. Everyone who is making video games and that has a corporation or a big company that has many employees, they literally will tell you, if you're not making every single little dollar you can, get the fuck out of here. We want money. Why do you think Activision Blizzard does what they do? They make a Call of Duty game because it sells. People hate it. People are getting sick of the repetitiveness. But it sells. It makes money. So, you know, that's what drives me crazy about this shit. I mean, Britt, if you're listening, you got great stuff. You make great content. But fuck's sake, dude, chill the fuck out sometimes, man. Like, I like these types of games. I like the Battle Royale style is very unique. Because I kind of have a laugh. I'm like, Battle Royale has always been in video games. It's just now that we've taken on like the hardcore Battle Royale where it's 100 people all with one life, you know, like it's not like Call of Duty Free For All, because in general that's actually kind of a glorified Battle Royale just with respawning. And you know, these games exist for the sole purpose of having fun and making money, but holy shit, I mean, is there no pleasing you, man? That's what drives me absolutely fucking crazy. You know, how much do you have to do to please certain people? Now, Britt, if you're listening, I'd love to have you on sometime and talk about shit, but, you know, I doubt you'll fucking give a shit, whatever. Next is Hutch. Hutch. I don't know any of you guys know Hutch. Hutch is a fucking beast. He used to be the funniest motherfucker on Machinima. I loved his content. Granted, it was a bit forced at the time. He's still, you know, being younger at the time, it's like, he made some great stuff that made me laugh, and the best part of that whole Machinima series was Machinima Inbox. Like, Respawn Inbox was the best out there. So there's been this shift in Hutch's behavior where he's gone full-on political. And the tweet I'm looking at here is, how much money do you think the NFL makes from beer sponsorships every year? This makes total sense. And this is a reply to Michael David Smith, saying, Roger Goodall says on Mike and Mike that marijuana is addictive and unhealthy. He's not on board with letting the NFL players use recreationally. You know, what's wrong with that? It's going to sound stupid here to an extent. I like football. I don't follow the trends. If you ask me who fucking plays on the Buffalo Bills where I'm from, I couldn't tell you a fucking name. And to an extent, what is the problem with that? Why would you want the people who are your athletically superior humans, like your top tier players who specialize in one thing, and that's playing football? Why would you want them on marijuana? Why would you want them taking drugs? Even with recreationally. I don't know how to fucking speak. I'm sorry. You know, what's wrong with that? I guess you could say, you know, maybe if you was trying to argue about doing it for just regular people, but you got players here, you are paying tens of millions of dollars to play a fucking sport, a stupid sport at that, that's viewed by millions of people. It's not too far out there to be like, yeah, we don't want our players smoking and drinking. Why is that such a crazy shit? Oh, but they take the advertiser sponsorships or the advertiser money from the fucking beer companies. Well, no shit. If Anheuser-Busch wasn't making, $7 billion a year or however fucking much they make, I mean, that would be stupid. You'd lose out on almost I think a third of their advertising budget because all they take is beer money. I mean, fuck. The whole reason people probably watch sports is for beer. I mean, if you really charted the amount of revenue that comes in from alcohol-related type of anything, people going to the games and buying alcohol, people buying alcohol to watch the game, people tailgating with alcohol, the fucking alcohol just in general is fueled by the NFL and sports like that. Any sport you go to, any country, there's usually alcohol involved. It's like a fucking ritual of watching these people who are in peak physical condition just go and destroy themselves for the entertainment of others. They're the modern day gladiators. So it kind of makes sense that people don't, some guys doesn't want their fucking NFL players using pot. I know it's a shitty thing because I'm pro pot as fuck, but if I'm paying somebody $10 million to be on my fucking team, don't smoke any fucking pot, man. You're playing for me right now, motherfucker. You're taking that $10 million I'm paying you and you're making me $15 million. That's what you expect as a person who, I guess you could say is a business owner. And that's what drives me crazy about Hutch is that, he's gotten super political over the years. He's gotten to this point where he's just I'm super liberal. I think he's liberal. I can't quite tell. But anyway, that's what I'm saying at the very beginning of the show every time. These are just opinions. I have no idea if Hutch is literally liberal. He could be a neo-Nazi fascist. I wouldn't know. I didn't do my research. I'm just presenting some fucking opinions here. And I'm going to do this a lot. I do apologize if this makes anybody mad. But I'm just fuck it. We're going to put some bad manners out here, man. We're going to talk about some people. We're going to say some, mean-ass shit. And that's what I intend to do. So these shows are going to be mostly going by myself. I will try to get guest hosts on here frequently. I might try to get my girlfriend involved because she's got some funny-ass opinions at times. But for the most part, if we're just talking about trends and things that are going on the internet, I'll keep this show generally to myself. If I can get a guest host on here frequently, I'll definitely have them on board. I might see about getting Cavos on here for an episode, but for the most part, I'm going to try to keep things very solo. But if we, as the show grows and as people are starting to view this, because I got a feeling people are going to like to watch this show, we're going to get some beast-ass shit in here. We're going to tear some people apart. And as much as I hate to say it, people fucking love drama, man. They love to take sides. They love to be like, yeah, fuck this shit. But I don't want to go so far as to be like, yeah, I'm going to specifically get people on the show who are just about, all about stirring the pot and causing drama and trying to fight with people over nothing. I'm just presenting some opinions out there, man, and people might not like it, and it's actually kind of bad manners to be like, yeah, I'm going to try to do business with these people and try to help save their YouTube careers and help them make money. But in the meanwhile on this show, I'm going to talk shit about some people. It's fucking bullshit, and I guess some people are always too afraid to say their true opinions out loud, but I will, and I want to do that, and I want to practice what I preach here, like I said a million times now, and be like, yo, I'm able to do this, you can fucking do this. Anyone can do this shit. Now, granted, I'm taking the tools that were built up by Keem and Blade to, make this amazing Bad Kid cast, and I'm trying to use that to reach out to a new audience. But in reality, I'm, again, full disclosure here, Spreaker just has a lot of storage. I think we have, 130, or, yeah, I think I have 1,300 hours of storage here, audio storage. And right now I'm fucking broke. Like, I got almost no money in my fucking bank account. I'm that broke right now. And if I can have somewhere to upload these other than YouTube for some free storage and I can get this out on iTunes and shit, that's what I'm gonna do. There'll be video on YouTube where it's probably just me playing Civilization and other just stupid video games. For the most part, this will stay audio only. I'm gonna probably work on making a website down the line and try to get like a video portion up as like a premium content type deal. We'll talk about that in the future. But anyway, I want to talk about that business real quick so that people can hear this, and then we'll call this an episode, and then I'll get into the next episode, like some more bad manners and shit. For the most part, I don't think I'll go too ham on anybody, but we'll try. We'll try to get some shit in there. We'll try to put some dirt out there and put some bad blood in the water, but then try to get people to really get, I don't know, I guess you could say more conversational. People on YouTube don't fucking talk to each other. They're really quiet. A lot of people know each other, but fuck, man, I haven't seen an actual legitimate collaboration from people in fucking 3 years. Like, shit. When's the last time you've seen fucking PewDiePie and goddamn fucking 10,000 sub channel collaborate? I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying it's very rare for the big guys to collaborate with anybody little anymore. So anyway, the business. What is the business that I'm making? Well, working with Baited, working with a lot of these other podcasts, I noticed one thing, and it was really fast, is that money is rampant. You know, all these people who are relying on ad revenue on YouTube, and they're all fucking freaking out right now, has given me an opportune time to capitalize on fear. And I hate saying that. I honestly do, because it's such a scummy thing to say. It's like, oh, people are afraid and worried, and they're afraid they're going to lose their jobs. Let me swoop in and try to make some money off of their fear. But in reality, I think, Jesus fucking motorcycle. In reality, I think it's fair to say that. I mean, I'm trying to make a business here so that I can sustain a lifestyle as well. But here's the thing, is that if you were to talk to anybody else in this industry who does what I essentially try to do, you know, I'm not as successful as other people. I'm not like a third-party marketing agency. But if you were to talk to any of these people, I guarantee you, they're going to be like, yeah, if you want me to work with you, I'm taking 30% of all your revenue. And I'm like, whoa, how the fuck much money do you people need? I need about 10% to live. Actually, in reality, if I wanted to live in my lifestyle right now and keep like actually having like a sustaining lifestyle and actually have like a couple dollars left over in my bank account at the end of the month, I only need about $800 a month to live. But that's because I don't have a car payment and my parents pay for my cell phone. I'm gonna be honest here. But I only need about that much money just to survive. And I get pretty much close to that with my part-time job as is. So it's like, I want to try to sell people on the idea is that, look, I'm not as big as all these other, like, you know, third-party marketing agencies. I'm not some big-ass corporation who's got, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars to back up, you know, what I do and how I sell myself to you. I'm a guy who's just working out of a fucking apartment, trying to help you make a career out of doing something that you're already essentially fucking doing, which is making YouTube content. I'm just trying to open up that opportunity and help people earn money through a lot of different avenues, whether it be personal advertising, you know, making Patreons and personal websites, you know, doing some merchandise, doing some like logo design, doing some freelance work. I want to help people actually get their jobs again, if that makes any sense. You know, people are freaking out, and I'll call anybody who did this an idiot. People are losing their fucking AdSense, and I'm like, you were doing a stupid thing relying on AdSense there. You should never in a million years rely on somebody else to control your income. You should always rely on yourself. I mean, you know, you can work at a job, a regular 9-to-5 job, and they're going to pay your income. They're going to supplement your salary. However, what happens when that fucking business goes under, you lose your job, you have no other supplemental income? You should have other ways to make money, and especially for content creators, you need to have that. In this day and age, it is stupid to not have any type of backup or any type of income coming your way that you are in control of. If you're letting somebody else dictate this shit, you're going to fall flat on your face. Now, it may have worked out for some people, but let's take a look real quick and realize that creators with over 1 million subscribers are struggling. Now, I think you can understand this, and anyone can understand this, really. If you were to have 1,000,000 people, and you were to say, how many football stadiums could we fill up? You would have about, I can't remember who said exactly, but I think you would have about 12 football stadiums filled with people. It amazes me that somebody can have 1,000,000 subscribers, be getting hundreds of thousands of views, and being able to go to the camera and say, yeah, guys, I'm not making enough money. There's literally like 10 to 12 football stadiums filled with people watching you. You have the ability to do this, and I want to show people how to do this. And it's really a great business because we're not going to like screw people over. We're going to be very kind. We're going to be very understanding. And also on top of that, we're going to be helping the little guy. I mean, it's going to be a while until everything gets settled and I can explain more. I can't explain everything because, you don't want somebody stealing the fucking idea or the actual practicalities and shit like that. But for the most part, I think that'll wrap up the first episode. I'm going to, like I said, try to do these every other day. I will actually not be making an episode during the weekend, I don't think. I don't know what's going on, but let me know if you guys have any opinions, anybody you want me to talk about, anything at all. Please leave that in the comment section down below, whether it's on Spreaker, if it's on SoundCloud, if I get to SoundCloud, if it's on YouTube, leave a comment down there. Please, thank you, and I love all of you, and I'll see you. I'll see you. That's what will happen. I will see you only if you leave a comment. I won't see none of you otherwise.